Are we recording?
Okay.
Yeah, the red light's on.
Yeah, already.
Hello Spain.
Hello.
Hello fan club.
Well, first of all, how is the tour going so far?
Yeah, it's going. You know, we've had some amazing shows actually. We had a really good show in Cologne, and we had quite a good show 2 nights ago. We were in a place called Racing, which we've never played before, and that was good. I mean, amazing turnout, and you know.
The new album, 50.
Oh, 2 new tracks.
Yeah.
Sorry. Well, we were going to. That was the plan, and we started off playing 2 tracks. We started off playing "Real Tears for Sale"
and Circular Ride.
and "Circular Ride," but we've since the start of the tour we've swapped the set around a little bit, and we felt that "Circular Ride" was not really the kind of song that people necessarily wanted to hear on the new album. It's quite an immediate song, and I think if people want to hear a song from a new album, they want to hear something that they can kind of get their teeth into and feel is a little bit special. And "Real Tears for Sale" is certainly doing that. So we've kept "Real Tears for Sale"
And drop.
we've dropped "Circular Ride" because we kind of found that the set was a little bit too low key for a Christmas tour. I mean, it was the Christmas tour is supposed to be a bit of fun and full of energy, and so to try and incorporate all of that, we've changed the set around a little.
We understand this tour is shorter than the last Christmas tour because you want to get back right away to the studio.
Absolutely. We're still in the middle of recording and arranging songs and stuff, and it's one of those things. We can only allow ourselves so much time off, and some of that time was spent rehearsing and then the touring as well. But one of the good things, one of the reasons why we wanted to do this tour was because "Real Tears for Sale" was a song we felt we've recorded it ages ago, and in fact we've recorded it twice now. We still feel, well, is it right? Is it as good as it can be? So we wanted to bring it out live, and this tour was a good place to do that. Music from somewhere else, and one more new song that wasn't on the album would have just confused matters, I think. So this tour, it was a good instrument for that. So it's been a bit of fun. It's a bit of a thank you to everybody for pre-ordering the album, and also just for being there all the time for us.
That's something I wanted to ask about, because you are getting back to the kind of pre-order tactic in a sense.
Yeah.
Because it looks like a lot of fans were kind of disappointed that with Somewhere Else you got a regular release.
Do you know, that surprised us? I mean, it surprised the hell out of me, because I was one of there were 2 camps in the band. Some people thought we should carry on doing the pre-order thing, and I was of the opinion that we'd done it, and we'd done it very well twice, and we'd done it particularly well with Marbles, and the Marbles package and the way Marbles was perceived, and all that music and the whole thing together just seemed to me that we should completely get away from that for Somewhere Else, so that there were no obvious I just think there was no way we could have bettered what we did with Marbles, and there's no way to better that. So what I thought we should do was move completely away from that and go back to retail, and it worked. It worked very well, actually, and the retailers were very very much on our side, but of course, a lot of fans were disappointed, because they don't just like pre-ordering because they can pre-order it from us. They actually like being part of the process, part of the musical process, part of the process of being able to change what kind of music they're allowed to listen to. Because music is so manufactured in every sense of the word, not just by the way it's made, but the way it's sold to people, and the way that the major companies over the years have tried to stop certain types of music getting through, and just try and really focus people's attention on mainstream music to such an extent that you know, their demise with the internet revolution that we have now.
Which has worked so well
is really part of their own failings. You know, because for years they haven't really given people what people wanted. They've just tried to sell them what they wanted to sell them, and people are fighting back now.
And in the footsteps, or in the musical footsteps of Blackbird by the Beatles.
Well, that's where it has its origins, and it's the same kind of melodic approach on the guitar, and it's born out of musical exercises, I suppose. Blackbird was as well. There are certain musical exercises that you learn when you're finger picking, and
because Blackbird was a kind of positive anthem against racism, do you think, were you somehow concerned or touchy about the lyrics, or do you have anything to say about it? Like, it had to be something uplifting as opposed to something dark and kind of.
Well, I didn't really have much to do with the lyrics, but I thought the lyrics, you know, fitted with the music particularly well. And you know, that's one of the things that we really care about. We care about what we're saying over what music, and the approach, and how the whole thing marries together. You know, we spend hours, days sometimes, working on all the little details just to make sure that everything is perfect. Yeah, Faith, you know, lyrically Faith fitted with the music particularly well, because it was just a simple expression of a very deep you know, thought, that process. And yeah, so I came up with the guitar part, and also strangely enough I came up with the basic chords of the second half of the song on bass guitar. It was a little thing I used to do on the bass guitar just when I was messing about.
Then now H plays live.
And H plays the bass live, but I was playing chords on the bass originally, and then we changed the chords to being chords on guitar and piano and keys and stuff, just to make it a little bit more normal.
And less busy on the
busy on the bass, yeah. Which allows Steve to play the bass, and allows me to play the guitar.
Talking about your bass playing, I remember because you worked with Transatlantic, right between .com and Internet Xenophobia.
Yeah.
A lot of people start to say, a lot of people I think start to notice your bass playing. And do you think that's because actually of Transatlantic, or you think people started to listen more closely to your bass playing?
I think there's kind of three things that happened all at the same time. Well, not all at the same time, but over a period of time there. One was that I worked with Transatlantic, and through my work with Transatlantic, I think people started to notice what I do and started to listen to what I did. At the same time, I mean, I've always done the same. I mean, you can listen to Gazpacho, for example, and you can hear some quite frantic bass playing. You can listen to Fugazi, and you can hear what I do. You know, it's always been there. It's always been. But
Hardest Love.
But brought less to the front, I guess. And along with me working with Transatlantic, and then people saying, "Oh, actually, you know, his bass playing is interesting there." We brought Dave Meegan back into the fold to produce.
And he's more bass friendly.
And he, I mean, if you listen to Brave and Afraid of Sunlight as well, he definitely likes drums and bass. I mean, he gets great bass sounds. He's fantastic for that. And yeah, you know, I was given a bit more freedom, I guess, by the band as well on Arachnophobia, just to kind of do what I wanted to do and get a bit crazy. Phobia, just to kind of